I believe this dish should be the global representation of Cambodian cuisine. When you hear about Cambodian food, it's Prahok Ktiss that the world should know. Just like Vietnamese pho, Italian spaghetti, or Mexican tamales, we have Cambodian Prahok Ktiss. Using all of my favorite ingredients, but not limited to lemongrass, turmeric, tamarind, garlic, shallot, pea eggplant, California chili peppers. The meat for today is ground pork, fish sauce, palm sugar, and prahok. So you know how earlier I was introducing you to the California chili peppers? There are also New Mexico chili peppers and other chili peppers that are this size. So what I do with this is I break off the stem. So you break off the stem and then you wiggle all the seeds out. Those seeds you're going to discard, and I'll rip through it just like this, just to get the seeds out. And then after I finish getting the seeds out, I take the whole skin of the chili pepper and I soak it in water. Here I've had it hydrated for about an hour. You see how the flesh is really moist, and you see how you have just this beautiful vibrant red here. So this is going to be what's making the red in the Prahok Ktiss. Just take it out of water and put it in the cup. So in addition to the spice mixture, I have lemongrass, turmeric, garlic, and shallots. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just chop this up and put it in the mixture. After that, we're going to put it in the blender. I could eat lemongrass daily. I remember when I was younger and I had lemongrass in like Prahok, and I'm just like appalled. Why would they have chunks of lemongrass? Even Trot Baming, they would have these slices of lemongrass. And it was just a few years ago that I wouldn't like the taste, but now I think as my taste buds have matured, I love biting into this earthy fibers. The next thing to do is get your spice mixture ready. So I wanted to talk about the chili peppers again. Normally if we're doing a soup, I would scrape the flesh off. But since we're doing a chunky dish, I keep the skin on. So I'm going to add that to the cup. The lemongrass, the turmeric, the shallots, the garlic. You can already smell it. I'm going to add some water to this. The other trick that I'm going to do is I'm going to add the prahok into the blender mixture. And I love prahok, so this is going to be about 1 tablespoon. Close this up because we don't want to attract all the flies. Great, look at the vibrant colors. And you should also wear gloves because look how much it stained my fingers, the chili pepper and the turmeric. So, yeah! Be careful. Well, that's what happens when you're in the kitchen. You're just gonna get messy. Oh, that smells so good. So the name of this dish is Prahok Ktiss, and every time the word Ktiss is titled in Cambodian cuisine, it's coconut. So you definitely need coconut. So the first episode, I showed you how to make coconut milk with the blender. And today I'm going to use my juicer, and it's going to be the first press of the coconut. So I wanted to render 1 cup of coconut cream, and you can see here how it's right at 8 ounces, which is a cup, but it has some bubbles, some foam, so it's gonna shrink down, but I think this is perfect. 1 coconut is perfect for 1 pound of ground pork. Every Cambodian family has a recipe for Prahok Ktiss. Just like Italian families, they have their own recipe for spaghetti. What I have here is roasted peanuts, and I remember when I was a little girl helping my mom, what can a 6-year-old girl do but to just peel off the skin of roasted peanuts. I have here are pea eggplants, and they look like peas, that's why they call it pea eggplant. There are other names for it, but I like the name for pea eggplant. I picked this at my uncle's house, and you know, a lot of Cambodian families, in the backyard they have various of agriculture, and this is one of them. And so what I'm doing is I'm just taking this bunch and just pinching it so that it comes right off, and right after that I'm going to roast them. So it's time to roast the pea eggplants, and this vegetable is reminiscent of an earthy caviar, and when you bite right into it, it has a top. Look at this, it's about ready. It has that crisp look and a little roast right on top. Tamarind, I love tamarind, especially when they add sugar to it and make it into a candy. So what I have here is tamarind that's been hydrated for well over 30 minutes, and we need that right into the Prahok Ktiss because it adds a tang. And you know, this is so delicious. The Western world does not know what they're missing. So look at here, the first press of the coconut cream. I'm going to render that down. So the next thing to do is to get our spice mix, and I can definitely smell the prahok in this. I'm going to add this to our grung and the coconuts that's been cooking, and it's definitely popping. This is 1 pound. So I'm breaking this down so that you won't get thick chunks. But even if you get chunks, you know, eaters are very forgiving for this dish. Okay, I'm going to put that in. So I had it in. So remember earlier when I said that when there's a film of oil that sits right on top, you are close to being done of the cooking process. This definitely needs fish sauce. I'm going to add Kaffir lime. So what I have here are long beans, cabbage, radish, carrots, eggplants, and so I'm just going to cut this up and prepare them for you right onto the plate. This is it. When you bite in, you get the crunch from the vegetables with the sheer chill that lays on your tongue, the instant deliciousness stimulating your mouth with the salt, the sweet, the spicy, umami, the creamy richness. Then you get the pop of the semi-bitter caviar. The art of Cambodian cuisine is to take robust ingredients and harmonize them into a delicate symphony that is palatable. Share your love of Cambodian food and show the world this art. Okay, so here you go. And the blender is not plugged yet. cuisine is to take robust ingredients and marinate